What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking down the 9th year stage of Dokkan Chronicles here. So let's go ahead and take a look at our missions really quick. So it looks like they have finally switched it up, and instead of just having, clear it and then clear it with the rainbow team, they are now splitting it in two. So you're going to have to run this stage twice. We need to do it with a super rainbow team and then also with an extreme rainbow team. In order to get these missions done here. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump in and do that. So the first team that we've got built here is going to be with our Beast Gohan, who is the 9th anniversary headliner. I'm sticking with the theme here of using the anniversary headliner teams as we go through these stages. I can't imagine this is going to be too difficult, just because of the sheer power of this team. There's, unless they have really factored in that, like, they know obviously, like, the developers know the power level of these cards that are available to use on this 9th anniversary stage. But I mean, like, I'm using basically one of the strongest teams in the game right here. So I would be very, my eyes will be very wide if, if this stage ends up being, like, really difficult for this team build specifically, right? Okay, so obviously we want to keep AGLUI on rotation. Probably just going to keep the Beast Gohans split between the two sides here. So yeah, we already have a rotation set, because we'll just have Beast Gohan be our slot 1 for the other side as well. Alright, we kick things off by dodging a super attack. Love that. Thank you, Goku. Appreciate it. So yeah, one thing that I guess I'll note is that at some point, I think maybe it was from... I can't remember if it was at the start of the 5th anniversary stage or at the start of the 8th anniversary stage. But at one point, they dropped off the missions of doing it with no items. Or maybe that was just after the 1st anniversary stage. I genuinely can't remember. But yeah, regardless, the point is, in order to get the missions done, you don't actually have to use no items, which I think was a very graceful thing for them to do, right? This is going to make it more palatable for newer players that don't have access to a ton of cards that are specifically from, limited from whatever years that you have available and stuff. So yeah, it makes sense that they would allow you to use items, since they're already forcing you to use a rainbow team, right? You'd think that would make it hard enough. So I think for this stage, I'm pretty sure this is only a 3-phase, or no, it's going to be 4 phases, because this is the TUR for Trunks and Broly. So we faced off against the SSR for Trunks and Broly, then we're going to do the TUR here, and then we'll do the LR, and then after that it will be the 9th anniversary login card, and it will be complete after that, I believe. Alright, it looks like this stage, I mean, so far is not too difficult. The last stage that we did against the 8th anniversary wasn't that difficult either. They are power scaling these stages based on, like, the percentages of the leader skills you have available. And ever since the 7th anniversary, they power scaled it up to be, equipped for 200% leader skills, and it still feels like it's basically the same all the way up through this 9th year stage. Like, I didn't really struggle too hard on the 7th anniversary stage, a little bit, just because of the teams I was forcing myself to use. Like, obviously the 7th anniversary LRs aren't that great right now, and they don't have, especially the physical Super Saiyan 4 card does not have a good, like, team build too much. Like, when you were considering units that are limited up to 7th anniversary, right? So yeah, it was, like, a little bit difficult just because of that, but that was because of my own restrictions, right? I mean, those were the only 200% leader skills that you had access to on the 7th anniversary stage, so if you wanted to buff yourself with that kind of a leader skill, then you were kind of forced to use those teams. So it was a little bit difficult because of that, right? But then starting at the 8th anniversary stage, we now have, like, a million options for different 200% builds that we can do, right? So it's pretty easy to build a team that just kind of whomped through the stage. Wasn't too difficult, and it seems like we're experiencing the same thing here. But I am curious to see, because I've heard some really crazy things about the 10th anniversary stage, right? So I'm not 100% sure how that's gonna go. Okay, let's see. We'll go ahead and transform Gogeta, That way, maybe, like, when he comes back around, we can get his Team Protector mechanic off, his active skill. Do we even need to use... Well, I'm probably just going to save everything for the final phase. I don't want to use Vegeta's active because he got sealed this turn. So... he's not going to be doing, you know, giving him the guaranteed crit turn and stuff, and the extra damage would probably not be wise on a turn where we know he's going to have a low output in general. So yeah, let's just do that for him. It's lucky he's got the passive damage reduction build up, just in case this stage hits hard. I doubt it, but could be a thing, could be a thing. Honestly, this stage feels like kind of the easiest since the first anniversary stage. I mean, again, like the power of units that we have here. That is kind of a decision that they have to make every time they release a new stage, right? Are they trying to cater toward all players being able to beat it? Or are they trying to cater toward realizing what the best units in the game are and, you know, power scaling it so that it would be, you know, tough for the best units in the game. And it looks like so far it's the former, not the latter. Which I guess it does make sense, just because they're limiting people's team builds to whatever specific years and stuff, right? I think they maybe do want, because they're giving out these very, very special rewards, they do want most players to be able to take advantage of clearing these and stuff. Okay, there we go, some real damage. But obviously, keep in mind, that was a super attack. That was basically a slot 1 super, because we didn't get to super attack at all to build up our defense. He had a little bit of damage reduction from that first hit, but that was about it. So yeah, not too bad there. I know on the last stage, on the 8th anniversary stage, the final phase of it canceled dodge. So we'll have to see if we have the same kind of thing going on here. I was originally going to bring some more dodging units and stuff, like basically a full Universe Survival Saga build with like STRUI and things like that. But I decided against it, just factoring in the possibility that that final stage cancels dodge. I didn't want to have to worry about that, you know? Okay. Well, we have the revive up. That's good. I think since UI Goku got sealed, yeah, same deal as last time. Let's just not use the actives. What even does the Bardock and Gine active do? I have no idea. I don't use this unit very often. Removes all allies' status effects and raises all allies' attack by 22% for 2 turns. Okay, that would be really cool to use right here so that we could just guarantee the KO with Goku. But I think I want to save that for the other stage just in case there's like worse mechanics, right? With like locking or something like that. I'm just preparing myself for the worst here. So yeah, well, again, go ahead and save everything. We know this stage doesn't cancel dodge, so we should be fine here. And then I assume Beast Gohan and then the power of Bardock and Gine themselves, we should be able to finish off this phase here. We'll see, we'll see. Obviously, UI Goku is sealed, so he's only going to be doing, yeah, very, very minimal damage for us. Unfortunate. Oh, actually, that's so... I was assuming it'd be a little bit more because he was getting crits and he has type advantage, but... yeah, I guess with normal attacks makes sense. And he hasn't raised his stats yet for the turn because he didn't do a super attack first, right? Obviously, when your additional attack is a normal, it does more than when your just original attack is a normal, as long as you have some attack boosting super attack effect, right? Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna have to see what this does here. They did raise their defense on super, so we should live. No, not even close. Okay, well, we had the revive up, so it's fine. We're still gonna make it through. Dang, wow. I think that speaks volumes to the fact that Evolution Blue Vegeta only took like 180k from them. Interesting. Okay, well, it looks like I chose wrong. I probably should have used the active skills, but that's fine. The revive saved us. That was the reason why I made that gamble in the first place, right? If we didn't have any type of guaranteed protection, I probably would have just put Beast Gohan in the final slot. Okay. Now this is a bit scary. Evolution Blue Vegeta got sealed again. I'm curious, we should probably use one of the Beast Gohan actives here. We could also use Orange Piccolo. Man, part of me really just wants to risk it again. I am genuinely considering that. Yeah, I think I am just gonna risk it for the biscuit. Let's go. All right, we'll put Blue Vegeta up front because they just super attacked. I think it's very unlikely that there's a super attack there waiting for them. So that's why we'll put him in the first slot, and then also we can get a couple extra orbs with Beast there. I'm not sure exactly how that works with the damage output, because obviously he builds up attack as he receives hits, so when you put him in slot 1, he's going to be getting a bunch of extra attack, before supering, but then he also has a nuking passive, so the more orbs you select, he gets more attack too. And on this turn specifically, I kind of had to choose between one of the two, either take the attacks in slot 1, or put him in slot 2 so that I could set up the board for him to select some more orbs, so... Yeah, it looks like it's about an equivalent exchange. Usually when I only select a couple of orbs and then he gets a couple hits, it's about 10 million, 11 million, so... That was probably the right choice anyway. And then especially if that right there was a super attack, right? Then that was definitely a good choice. Because we have the Piccolo on rotation, we got the unit super and did the attack disable. Very good stuff, very good. Okay, I'm a little bit worried about Orange Piccolo here, just because he hasn't gotten any build-up at all. So this could be a bit of a flop, but... Okay. We're fine. Yeah, he doesn't have his guard up anymore because it's no longer... It's past, like, turn 4, so... Man, they got sealed again? Holy moly, dude. Alright, they're just sealing all the correct units, right? Okay, this is gonna be... Let's do this. That... And then, yeah, UI Goku is sealed, but again, he can still dodge, so we'll just keep him on rotation, no problem. Alright, and then Gogeta, we'll give all these orbs to... Perfect, and it looks like Gogeta's active skill is ready to go as well. So between both Beast Gohans and the Gogeta, we have 3 turns of, like, basically guaranteed protection. Unless this next phase hits so hard that even Beast Gohan can't tank them, which I think is pretty unlikely. Then yeah, we're basically going to have 3 full turns of guaranteed protection, and we also have the Orange Piccolo active skill, which is essentially a 4th turn of guaranteed protection, right? And then on top of that, we have the Evolution Blue Vegeta and UI Goku active skills that are going to be some free damage for us too. And we have the Bardock and Gine active that's going to help buff the rotation. So, yeah, we're looking quite good. How do we proc the Bardock and Gine active? Because it's not available now. Ah, our HP has to be a little bit lower. Got it. Okay, well, no problem. We'll see if that comes into play a little bit later here. Okay, so it looks like the enemy's effects here, I just want to double check. He can evade, but he's not doing anything crazy to us, it looks like. We didn't get locked, nobody got sealed, nothing like that. He doesn't have attacks guaranteed to hit, so he's not going to be canceling dodge or anything. So yeah, I guess here's where we just go balls to the wall and start firing off everything that we can. So first things first, we'll launch the Evolution Blue Vegeta active skill. And then, do I want to put Beast Gohan at the end? Because remember, each of the attacks that he takes before doing any damage is going to make him, you know, take, like, deal more damage. So I think I am going to keep him on rotation just in case this phase lasts long enough that Bardock and Gine would have to come back around. I don't want to accidentally screw myself over there. So yeah, we'll keep him on just because there's only 1 additional attack he would take if we put him in the 3rd slot versus the 2nd. So it's not going to make that big of a difference. All right, so we'll keep Beast Gohan where he's at, and then all the attacks are going to be going onto him this turn. Very good. I'm going to select these green orbs just to open up the field a little bit more for next turn. I think that works out good. All right, perfect. Up to 20 million, and because we used... Actually, it's very good that we waited to use his active skill, because now he gets a guaranteed crit turn when he has type disadvantage, so he's actually going to be doing real damage, right? Which, obviously, every super attack from his 2nd super attack on is guaranteed crits anyway, but just in case he didn't crit on that first one, it probably would have done, like, no damage at all, right? Especially considering how little damage he's even doing here. Interesting stuff. Okay. All right, Beast up to 16 million for the turn. We did select quite a few orbs with him. And it's the active skill turn, so he's got a lot to dish out. Hopefully we can get like a triple super attack turn would be nice. But again, I'm in really no hurry to finish off this fight just because like we have so much protection. I think it's pretty... We would have to get very, very unlucky to lose at this point, right? We're already guaranteed to survive this turn. And then we have another Beast Gohan active that we're going to be able to use on the next turn. Okay. Jeez, that was so many attacks at the end there. Wonderful. Okay, so then... yeah, I guess... Okay. First things first, we'll launch this. We know we want to do that. Awesome. And then I think... Okay, here's where I can make a play. Let's do this. Yeah, okay. So, UI and Beast link up better. We're going to rotate off Beast Gohan this time, but that's because he's going to take an additional 3 attacks if we put him in slot 3 versus slot 2. And then also, this means that if the enemy survives this turn and next turn, then we'll get Beast Gohan back again, and we'll be able to use... Or not Beast Gohan, but Orange Piccolo back again, and we'll be able to use the transformation for him, right? Because if we rotate him off now, then we're not going to have that ability. And then we'll have a turn where we actually aren't fully protected, and we just have to, like, survive. So, yeah, I think this is the play, considering we know this is the last phase of the fight, and how much, like, HP he's got left. Probably the right idea here. Alright, yeah, Beast Gohan is going to do quite good. We selected a lot of orbs with him, and he's taking 7 attacks before he gets to dish anything. He should be upwards of 20 million. Should be. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't. I'm honestly hoping for something more like 22, 25. No, don't dodge. Take the hits, get the build-up, please, please. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. 20 million. Probably would have been a little bit higher with that 1 extra attack if we didn't dodge it, but that is fine. No biggie, no biggie. Alright, and a crit to go with it. Nice. Alright, well, at this point, it doesn't really look like this Gogeta is going to survive past this next turn. Oh, that's right, he does have the evasion chance. I kind of forgot about that, because he hadn't done any evading yet, right? This was the very first turn of that. Okay, so now we launch the Gogeta active, and we get the guaranteed dodges for the turn. He's also going to do some damage. Let's see how much. Yeah, very little. Makes sense. Okay, cool. But now all the attacks are going to go on to him. We are still going to rotate him off. I think I want to keep my rotations as they are. I guess we can just select these. Is that going to help these STR orbs fall properly? No. We'll select the green ones with Beast instead then. Oh, and we've got a Dokkan attack proccing? Oh my goodness. Wow. Maybe I should have put Beast in slot 1 for a type advantage Dokkan attack. But Vegeta's got a really good chance to critical hit right there at the beginning. So this probably is just going to do it right here. I wasn't even thinking about this. Wow. Okay, so we'll keep this in mind. This team here, because I don't know if I mentioned it in this video or the last stage, but I've heard some pretty nasty things about the 10th anniversary stage, that it's very, very difficult. So I have so far only pulled one of the 10th anniversary headliners, so I don't, and it's the one with the worst team, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I highly doubt I'm going to be able to take a Giant 8 Power team in there and beat it, so I'm probably going to have to stray away from my strategy of doing all the anniversary builds, right? For whatever given stages on the 10th anniversary stage. So I will keep this team in mind, because this team does very, very well for this. If anything, I could trade off the Bardock and Guinea for someone that might not get clapped as hard in that final slot, or something. Like maybe STRUI would have been a better pick for this stage, since there was no dodge canceling. So yeah, I'll keep that in mind for the 10th anniversary stage. I might have to just run that stage with this team, maybe. Okay, but we are not done yet. We did this with our super type characters. Now we got to come back in with our extreme type characters. So let me go ahead and build a team, and then we will do that real quick. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump in with our extreme team here. So we went ahead and built a, 9th anniversary Broly team, since we did the Beast Gohan for the, part 1 thingy. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. Just so you guys know, I'm not sure if I'll be repetitive about some of the stuff I've said. For you guys, that was a quick jump cut. For me, it's actually been an entire day. That was the end of my recording session, and now we're starting a new one, so... if things sound a little bit different all of a sudden, that's why. Okay, so on this team we have 2 Brolys, 2 Janembas, and 2 Boos. Well, I guess 3 Brolys if you count the friend. So it's kind of obvious how we want our rotations to be set up. We, obviously want to build a rotation. I mean, obviously the Janembas aren't going to link together because they have the exact same name, but the Brolys are both capable. The Brolys have the same name as well, but they're both capable of transforming. So once they transform, then we'll be able to see them linking up together. At least once one of them transforms, right? So that should be perfectly fine, especially because they're not paired up together yet. Though it looks like we have 2 of them together on the next rotation, so we're gonna have to work that out. But then obviously the Boos are capable of linking up together. Right now, they're on opposite rotations. We'll see. We'll see. Our rotations started out a little bit funky here, so we might have to do some switcheroos to see. Okay, that is phase 1 down. I can't imagine that this is going to be too difficult. This is probably going to be easier than it was on the first round. We don't have quite as much defensive power here, but I think that's all right because we have a lot more offensive output on this team than we did on the last one, right? I mean, I don't know, like the AGL UI Goku and then the Evolution Blue Vegeta, they are capable of putting out a lot of damage, and they did put out a lot of damage for us. But I still don't think that they compare to, like, units like this, Super Buu, or, Buuhan, I mean, or, like, this Tech Broly, once he's transformed, getting off those crazy attack stats and stuff, right? And then, like, once Kid Buu's built up, he's gonna be insane as well. I think the Janembas are the only ones that aren't gonna be putting out, like, insane damage numbers, right? And then so far, I have been rotating off the AGL Brolys, but we're possibly gonna be able to get their domain up, and then that could change things for sure. Okay, yeah, we're still one-turning here. I don't think we were doing that on the last run, if I remember correctly. Okay, we'll just rotate off the one Janemba so we can have as many Lynx actives on the turn as possible. And then grab a bunch of same type orbs. Perfect. Okay, this is probably where we are going to stop one turning, right? Because we have both of the Janembas, this is going to be a decently low damage output turn, though he's still at 17 million. But yeah, there we go. He's definitely not going to be eating through like the entire enemy's HP pool, right? I mean, I guess we'll see what Buu shows out with here, but yeah, he's not starting quite high enough yet. Still only at 9 million, so. I probably should have kept the AGL Broly on and rotated off Buu. I just wanted Buu to start building up, get as many stacks as quickly as possible. But yeah, I probably should have rotated him off so that he could have been our slot 2 unit on the other rotation, because he'll have a lot more Lynx active with the other Buu. I just didn't do my due diligence to check at the beginning of the fight to make sure, you know, whoever was in slot 7. Had I realized both Janembas were going to be here, and that on this turn we were probably going to have to keep Buu on again because we needed to split the Janembas, then, you know, I probably would have rotated off the Buu on the first turn. But that's okay. I am not too hard pressed to make like the perfect decisions here because I know we're in like basically no danger of losing. Okay, so this is kind of bummy. He sealed our Tech Broly. Dang. Yeah, he got sealed here. Okay, well, that's going to hurt our damage output, but that also means I'm not going to use the active skill here. I'm just going to go ahead and save it since we know he's not going to be doing any damage this turn, really. Oh, shoot. Oh. Well, that's different. I can't even get a... Okay, I guess I'm going to have to road... What do I do here? Ugh. I actually have an idea. Let's do this. I guess. Yeah. I guess we just hope we don't get hit with a super right away. We should probably be okay. But yeah, this will be fine. All these units are still probably going to get to attack on the turn. Oh, okay, it wasn't fine. Well, oh wait, but we're also not super attacking here. So are we just, is this just a KO? Because the dodge helps, but... Oh, wow, okay. Because he does have a piece in his kit that gives him defense support when attacking, right? So it just, even if he doesn't proc a super attack, he's still going to be buffing his defense for the turn. So it makes sense. All right, well, we are safe here. We're definitely not going to get KO'd at this point. And then I think we probably will finish off this phase here, since we've got, Buhan at the end there. Well, it doesn't even look like Buhan's going to get a chance. That is perfectly fine as well. But then, yeah, now we'll be able to get Buhan and Kid Buu linked up together. That'll be a pretty powerful rotation here. All right, there we go. Another phase down. Yeah, wow, we're already on the final phase of this fight. Oh my goodness, this has been very, very quick. Okay, everybody's looking pretty solid here. How are the links looking? It's just Fierce Battle there. Okay, I think I'm probably just gonna put Buu in the first slot. Yeah, there we go. We get like an extra link active that way because Buu has so much defense right now. Yeah, that's probably best. Grab these couple orbs for Janemba. Get a couple same types for Broly. Awesome. There we go. Healing all around. You love to see it. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if we're going to be able to see our rotations line up the way that they were supposed to. Man, we started out with like probably the worst possible rotations that we could have gotten. And I made probably like 2 really bad decisions. Just being like who I floated on turn 1 and turn 2 was probably bad. In order to like help us fix our rotations. I guess I just was thinking of like how long the fight took last time, like how many turns it was. I figured it would be no big deal and that they would just eventually fix themselves on their own without us doing too much like worrying about it. But I guess that's the other like benefit of the power level of this team, right? Despite having really, really bummy rotations, we were still able to make it work. So yeah, I mean, that just speaks volumes to how well this team can handle challenge content, right? If there were any crazy boss mechanics, like we were able to handle the seal perfectly fine. You know, had I not made that mistake and put him in slot 2 instead, then we wouldn't have taken the 400k at the beginning of the turn. And we really would have been able to handle that situation, you know? But yeah, if there was like character locking or different things like that, even dodge canceling, really. Because obviously the Int Janemba is kind of the only card that needs to dodge in order not to take a bunch of damage. And in any case, I could just put him in slot 2 or 3 if you know, dodge canceling were a thing, so that he can build up stats first, and then he would probably be fine to take some hits. Okay, we've got a lot of stuff to use here. How do we want to do this? Okay, so I guess the very first thing we can do is activate the AGL Broly domain. Yeah, that's going to be good for us. Get a lot more damage going on all of our extreme class units here. Okay, and then now with that domain up, we can launch the Tech Broly active skill, which is going to give him a really, really heavy damaging turn. I think I'll probably just not use the Janemba Rage mode. I assume that between Tech and AGL Broly, we're just going to finish everything off right here anyway. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get to that. We'll get right through this, this battle very quickly. All right, let's see how we do here. Oh, nice. Janemba still putting out 20 million for us. Very good, very good. That's the benefit of having that one turn where we rotated him off, because he got some attacks off in the third slot, which did help build up his stats, right? That's always that's like another huge benefit, right? Usually when you're using physical Janemba, at least throughout history, I'll say like before his EZA, right? Not in like the most modern times where we've had access to this Broly team, but in like previous times before that. If physical Janemba was on the team, he was basically guaranteed to be your best slot 1 unit, or at least one of the 2 slot 1 units that you'd be using on one of your rotations, right? So it was very, very difficult to find situations where you could actually put him in slot 2 and 3, just because like you needed him in slot 1, right? You were kind of forced to use him as solely a defensive unit, but that's not the case anymore. We have some pretty good access to, you know, other really good tanks on this team that Janemba actually can forfeit that slot 1 position sometimes. So that's very, very good. Okay, I don't know if we're actually gonna fully finish it here. Man, these Broly's animations are so good. I don't use this AGL Broly often because now he's like one of the worst Brolys in the game, just because we've gotten so many massive Broly buffs. You know, and then he competes with the Int Broly's domain a lot, so he's kind of been power crept out a little bit because of that. So yeah, I don't use him much anymore. But because obviously we didn't have access to the Int Broly here, and the whole point was to use the 9th anniversary unit, yeah, I went ahead and used him this time. But yeah, I kind of forgot how amazing those animations look. They're so beautiful and colorful. I might actually have to do a little bit of hunting around to see. Wow, look at that time. Look at the time for that clear. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I might actually have to dig around and see if I can find someone that screenshotted some of those assets. Some people pull some really, really nice screenshots out of some of the super attack animations. And then sometimes I actually end up using that artwork in my thumbnails. So I might have to go and dig for that. That'd be a cool one to be able to use eventually. Okay, so there we go. Got that completed. Got our other mission done for the 9th year stage. Collect all our tickets here. Thank you. 13 more tickets that I am not going to be able to use on basically anything. I am actually considering just going into this shop and, because I have the extra tickets, I figure I might as well just buy whatever's here. So I think after I finish the 10th anniversary stage, I'm probably just going to, like, try to deplete through all this stuff, because let's see, I have 100 tickets right now. It's like 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, so that's like 100 tickets there, and then there's like 5, like 10, like 15, like 20, 25, maybe 30-ish wallpapers. So if I can get like 130 tickets ish, which is probably what I'm going to be about at once I'm finished with all the new missions and stuff, then I'll just go in here and buy all of it anyway, just to flush the shop out. Might as well, right? And then worst case, if they do surprise us and drop some more stuff, then no big deal. I can always grind the 1st anniversary stage to get some more of these tickets again, right? But obviously it'll be completely useless to buy all these, but I'll probably do it at the end of the 10th anniversary stage. So anyway, that is going to do it for the 9th anniversary stage of the Dokkan Chronicles. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.